Hi everyone, my name's Anna and welcome to my video. I've got a review for you today. I've also got tea. We've got Jasmine Pearls by Tea Pigs, one of my favourite UK tea companies, so I'll link them down below if you're interested. And let's get started. So today I am reviewing The Girl of Ink and Stars by Karan Millwood Hargrave. It is her first novel, so her debut novel. It's published by Chicken House Publications. See that there? And it is a middle grade to young adult novel, probably more of a middle grade novel than a young adult one, to be fair. So let's have a look. So the first thing is, I walked into Waterstones a couple of weeks ago and there was a stack of them and I was like, wow, this looks really interesting. I love the cover art on it, so that's the back as well. I love the use of silhouette, the orange and blue. I just think it's really, really beautiful. So let's have a look inside. So inside you've got the blurb there, you've got a little map there, you've also got the title page there, and actually even the text pages are really, really pretty. We've got like little borders around them. Okay, so the book itself, our protagonist is Isabella. She is a 13-year-old girl. She's living on the island of Joya. There's a governor currently ruling the island. He's reasonably strict on what they can and can't do, where they can and can't go. He doesn't like people coming into the island. In fact, I don't think people are allowed to go in the island, if I remember rightly, and people aren't allowed to leave the island either. So Isabella's father is a map maker or a cartographer, and he remembers the island how it used to be prior to things starting to go a bit downhill. So let me read you the blurb and we'll go from there. So, forbidden to leave her island, Isabella dreams of faraway lands her father once mapped. When her best friend disappears, she's determined to be a part of the search party. Guided by an ancient map and her knowledge of the stars, Isabella navigates the island's dangerous, forgotten territories. But beneath the dry rivers and the dead forests, a fiery myth is stirring from its sleep. So Isabella's grown up with her father, and he's told her lots of fairy stories of the island, so on and so forth. So she's quite intrigued to see what the rest of the island is all about. But obviously, because of the restrictions in place, it's not as easy for her to do that. However, one day when her and her best friend Luke were on their way to school, news broke free that one of their school friends had been murdered. Now, initially, the governor didn't seem very proactive in trying to track down this murderer. In fact, it was almost implied that he was going to do a runner and leave the residents to it. So Isabella's friend Luke is actually the governor's daughter, and after a bit of a heated debate, Luke decides to take matters into her own hands and go galloping off into the faraway territories and forbidden land on her own, and sends a note to Isabel. Meanwhile, the governor is going up the wall because his daughter's gone missing and there's been a murder and he doesn't know what's going off and so on and so forth, and something's happened to his boat and it's all kicking off that side of things. So Isabella manages to infiltrate her way into the search party and sort of blag away in and say, yeah, I can help you, so on and so forth. And things start getting very interesting from there. Now, I'm not going to say much more than that. I don't think I can say much more than that without it being major spoilers. But it is very much a fantasy-based novel. It's fast-moving. Don't be put off by the size, because it is about 230 pages long. Don't be put off by the size. It's got an awful lot of detail and description in there, considering it's only a small book. There's lots happening. There's mythological creatures, there's danger, excitement, adventure, and there's sad moments as well. So for me, it's got everything that a good book should have. I'm a big fantasy reader anyway, and actually it was quite a refreshing change to have such a eloquently wrote fantasy novel that was quite small as well. So a descriptive fantasy novel, should I say, not eloquently. So a quite descriptive fantasy novel that was quite small as well. It meant that I was able to read it because it kept calling to me from the bookcase. It meant that I was able to read it in between finishing the Half-Blood Prince Harry Potter and starting the Deathly Hallows. So I started it Tuesday morning and finished it by Tuesday lunchtime, and then started Deathly Hallows. So it's a very nice read. It's kind of comforting but not comforting at the same time. It reminds me of some of the old adventure movies you used to see on TV and cartoons and things like that, but it's so much better. So please check it out, and that's all I can say really. So if you like it, go and get it. It's available in Waterstones and all major retailers, so I will link it down below for you. Can I just also say that I am not being paid to make this review. No one's asked me to do this review. This is completely of my own opinion. So yeah, so if you have read it or you're going to read it, please comment down below and we'll go from there. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it too. Don't mind Toothless, he's just watching. And then we'll go from there. Alright then, bye!